Good evening, everybody. Hope that you're good. We are out for Black and White and Zekrom and Reshiram Raid Hour. We've been editing the live show of the podcast all day today. We've done a handful of remotes, so let's see what we get from this one. But I will say a few thanks to, I think it's Deluxe over in Poland, who sent us an invite. We got our first shiny Kyurem. Didn't have a background, unfortunately, but it's a good trade fodder, I guess, at the end of the day. So appreciate that, mate. And more importantly, we've had a few backgrounds of Kyurem, but they're not new. Most importantly is, thanks to Kiwi Steven and RSVP, we have a Dragonite that was from a mega raid over there, which gave us the background. So we have at least one mega background from a raid. We've only done one raid, so it was good to get one and done, to be honest. Unlimited remotes are now active. We've been doing a few Kyurem raids here and there. Let's see what we can get on raid numero uno here in person. It's going to be 2003 and pretty dead indeed. So let me know how Unova Day has been treating you. And there's a few things. Of course, it's Happy Pokemon Day. It's literally been 30 years of Pokemon today, and they did the Pokémon Presents, and they revealed a little bit of Gen 10. Pokemon Wind and Waves, and it looks, no background, interesting. On the screen, you'll see some starters. These are the new starters, but my favorite, I think, is the water type starter, but I absolutely love the fire dog. It's fan-freaking-tastic. So we're jumping in the next one. I took very bad screenshots of them. Browt, which is like a chicken, the grass chicken. Then you've got Pombon, which I think is a brilliant pun on the name of Pomeranian and the Bomber Fire, or whatever, fire type starter. And then you've got Gecqua, or wherever it is, Gecqua, which is an aquatic gecko. I think that's brilliant. It looks really cool. It's a Switch 2 exclusive. It's coming in 2027. However, for us folks here in Pokemon Go, there is a code that you can redeem via the web store. If you go over there immediately and put in GO Tour Kalos, all in caps, all one word, all letters. There's no numbers involved or anything, which is good. That will give you a timed research, much like last year for Unova Tour, I think, where you can choose one of the 3 Kalos starters and get a background timed research. We have yet to choose our starter. I think I'm going to go for Fennekin. Might as well keep the clip going for raid number 2. So it's obviously rotated every half an hour today, and we'll see how things are going from APAC later on, hopefully. Thanks, peeps in APAC have been setting up RSVPs and people pinging invites and everything. The Super Mega Raids are active over there. Probably go and check out Tagman50. He'll have his first video up for GO Tour Kalos Day 1. Easy destruction on the Kyurem. The fact that these legendaries are actually getting repeated backgrounds from last year's tour is somewhat of a breath of fresh air, because it's like, okay, don't necessarily need to go crazy for them. I'd like to do the fusions, get some energy. Zekrom and Reshiram. I like the legendaries. Let's see what we get. Come on. No shiny. And 2017. So don't forget, 2042 is what we would have wanted to see. Important ones to remember, obviously Dragonite 2167 from the Mega Raid. Xerneas and Yveltal both 2160 or 2701 if you're in the weather boost. It's gonna have no background, that's absolutely fine. And of course there's various other Mega Raid bosses and hundos and things to take note of. What we're gonna do though is do this timed research, and I think I'm gonna choose my Fennekin. Let's go for a Fennekin, shall we? Confirm that one, that's gonna give us a bunch of stuff to do wherever it is. Haven't even managed to do any Pikachu raids today, so I think I'll remain after 30 minutes after raid out to try and get a few. I need to use an incense and crack on. Oh look, and catch Pokemon on 6 different days, so that timed research is going to take a while. Dragonite RSVP, courtesy of Kiwi Steve in the land down under, or Kiwi land, should I say. Thank you very much, my man. Lobby of 20 instantly filled up, 450 energy, and it is not green, and it's exactly the same as the one before, but we'll get it caught and see if it has a background. With the boost of mega levels this week, we've actually managed to get the Victory Bell to tier 3 already, so we can pay the 5k energy to unlock a new top tier. This one doesn't even have a background, so that is trash. Some good news, the red line has delivered the pink-headed crested Kyurem. So we have our second shiny, first of in-person raids, so obviously we haven't done very many. 2 things, if it's gonna have a background, and secondly, if we can make this next raid in time, because it's close quarters. Come on. No background shiny, but that's fine. We'll just keep it as is. And luckily we have 1 minute and 20 on this next raid, so we can jump straight in. Thank you, peeps, for jumping in, making that one some light work. We might be maxing out on black Kyurem energy, actually. It is not a back-to-backer in 2010, so let's give it a silver pineapple and try and do something that we were trying to do earlier. In order to unlock the new super 4th tier of your super megas, which if you have the Victory Bell, Malamar, and Dragonite from LA or Taiwan, you can do, but you have to have the Mega Evolve at the time. See, this one, of course, gets a background, but not the shiny, and we are literally 20 energy off max. gorgeous. Let's see what Pikachu quests we're going to get today. No shiny through that one. It was catch a Lillipup and obviously use an incense. 400 CP, you are very close to a hundo. And no shiny 390. And we did actually buy the Tour Pass Deluxe. So let's view the rewards and let's claim. We'll get the cells, the candy, the XL candy, the starters, the Pokeballs, the lucky eggs, the Mega Energy, there are the Zygarde cells, the raid passes, the lures, the TMs, everything. There's the lucky trinket, fantastic. So ka-ching, let's check that. Not a shiny, 465. And actually, I'm going to save all the shiny potential counters until tomorrow. Do you know what I'm going to do? Because Hooper cannot be shiny. Let's go for that now. Hooper Unbound, 1666. Hooper Unbound being very, very close to the screen, and it's going to be a nightmare to catch, of course. So let's actually just Golden Razz it and see if we can get it done and dusted. It was like this with the Giratina, actually. It's a lot more hassle to get the Giratina caught than the actual legendaries at the time. There's the capture. Very nice. So let's see how good or bad the Hooper is going to be. It is, wow, transferable, that's for sure. Because you can't trade Hooper, don't forget that. So we have to Mega Evolve this thing, which is good since we're nearly maxed out again on energy. Mega Evolve a Pokemon is a quest we've got to do. Boom, very nice. Allow me, if I go in here to the Mega menu, I can just unlock it with 5k Mega Energy, which unlocks these bonuses. So the first one I've been able to do. Fantastic, there we go. And that cannot go any higher level now. So that's it done. Hanny 98, the Victory Bell with LA's background is done and dusted. And actually the CP's 1995, which is my year, so there you go. Good to see Zekqua back. If I was trying to try for a Shundo, probably be the Zekrom. Not shiny, 2268, of course it's 2307, but by the time you see this video, that information is going to most likely be somewhat irrelevant unless you're raiding remotely over into Hawaii. Film vlogs, I'm looking at you. Can get a background, unfortunately this one didn't. And what have we got set up here? We've got an Aura Courier behind the gym. Once more into the white Kyurem check. Thanks peeps for jumping in. Chris Chan with the most damage, nice. And it's not shiny. Ooh, this is pretty decent actually. This could be like a 96, maybe a 93. It depends on the IV roll, but 2042 is the hundo. And a critical catch. Nice. Somebody go, oh, it's a 96. I was about bang on with the IV on that one. Shame it doesn't have a background. And a Pikachu on the incense because I moved. And before we continue the proceedings with Raid Hour and a few remote raids as well, big thanks as always to the wonderful Patreon squad who take the support of this channel, the content and me as a creator to the top level. Because without all of that extra support, and it is genuinely extra support, you guys who watch the videos are instrumental, obviously. Thank you very much for hitting that subscribe button and liking, but the guys who put their money down in that platform mean that we can do so much more with the content, push for the live events and travel and try and bring the best quality that we can do so you guys get to watch something hopefully half decent. Thank you all of you on the rolling credits here, truly. So we're a little way after Raid Hour now, and I've jumped into a Pikachu raid locally. 17,000 XP for a Pikachu, that's kind of wild. Could it be, not a shiny unfortunately, 520. Let's use one of the many Golden Razzes we've got over the course of the last sort of 9 days or so. I do think I got one background Pikachu. This isn't a background, unfortunately, and pretty mid. But we've got 3 quest checks. Let's see. No shiny for you. This one's going to be no shiny. And this one for Catch a Lillipup, not a shiny, and I think just about the worst you could get. And while we're here, before we jump in our final in-person Kyurem, I think, let's jump in and get this set of stickers, if it's going to let me do it. And it should be now the encounter with the Sylveon like I thought it would be yesterday. Lovely to see Sylveon as part of some timed research, or doesn't have a background. And yeah, for a 2-star, lovely. And before we forget, let's claim this Unova time research, get an incense and a whole set of candies, and we're going to get a Pikachu for our troubles. Boom, no shiny, and 388. And also thanks to Mark, who was out here for the raid hour, who reminded me, Sceptile is one of the megas. If you see me online, send me a Sceptile raid invite, because I want to try for the Shundo with the background. It's the evolved form of my favorite Pokemon. Stage 2, by the way, of Sparkle and Shine was change a Furfru's trim, catch a Scatterbug, and then evolve Eevee into Sylveon. So that's going to take you some time. Change a Furfru trim is easy as 10k dust and a couple of candy, but catch a Scatterbug. If you do your gifts at the moment, pin your gifts because it's reduced pin numbers, I think. 11 people made very light work of that final raid. Thanks, folks, for jumping in. Let's give it a little check on camera before we conclude and, well, go and sort out our storage ahead of tomorrow because, dear God, I have no space. And I think we're now maxed out on white Kyurem energy as well, so I actually need to fuse a few things, which we'll see if we do that at home. Oh, it's shiny and it's 2012 to end the raid hour. Can it be a background shiny? Because I don't have one in my storage to my name. Everyone from LA has been like for like traded back at Unova Tour 2025, and all the ones from Global have also been like for like swapped. Nope, no background shiny, but that's okay. It's just another one to add into the storage. Brilliant. And that's a genuine brilliant, not a sarcastic one. See, all the super duper mega raids are being pinged in our direction. There you go, that's the only background Pikachu we picked up today with the black background. It does look very cool. Too many backgrounds, too short a time. And I will say we did some trades. Master and I did a few trades to try and empty some storage. One special was a background Dragonite and I got a 98 out of it. Did manage to get these two 98 of that, I think it's Ethan's hat Pikachu. So that was the one I wanted to try and get the hundo of. Unfortunately, couldn't quite get it, but it is what it is. If we can do a few remotes and conclude this video, and of course, let me know in the comments below, what are you excited for in Kalos Tour and how is it going? And I'm gonna wish you all the very best of luck. But most importantly, do not feel the FOMO over all the raids and the backgrounds and the legendaries and the megas and everything like that, and all the wild spawns that may or may not be to your interest, and all the egg RNG that's going to be really irritating to deal with. Have fun with it, don't get stressed out. Everything makes a return in Pokemon Go. We've literally just seen proof of that with these Kyurems, Zekroms, and Reshirams. That background was here 12 months ago. And here we are with the video nearly finished. And I just wanted to do a fusion because I have maxed out on the energy. Fusing the Pokemon means that I don't want to burn a background on a random fusion and all that stuff, but hey, have you done some more fusions on the back of today? I might do one or two more, but I don't have enough like random Zekrom and then they're just in the storage. So there we go. Another 96 Kyurem. I'm happy to say though, thanks very much to Fleece King for our very first background Yveltal, which I think that design looks stupendous. If we can get the shiny background with it over the course of this weekend, or maybe a couple of them, I think that'd be great. And also, we did pick one up with the Xerneas as well, so background Xerneas has been acquired too, including a background Honedge. Our very first Honedge raid, I think, gave us the Xerneas background one, so that and the Pikachus that are being spawned during the course of Kalos Tour can have either the X or Y backgrounds. Of course, you've already seen the Dragonite with the background there, so I'm going to say, on that note, the very best of luck this weekend, the best of success in your direction, chase what you're going for, fingers crossed, play it as you want to, because it's a weekend and you can just kind of do whatever. If you're going to go ham on the raids a bit like I'm going to do, good luck on that. If you're chasing those wild spawns, there's genuinely some very, very good Pokemon out there. Just the fact that they've been already available doesn't detract from the fact that they could be good fun to catch and chase the shinies of. And of course, field research will be a big part of it too. We'll have eggs to go for too. So let me know in the comments below, of course, what your main chases are. Have you got any of the backgrounds yet? And happy remote raiding if you can do. And of course, do hit that subscribe button and come back to the channel, because Saturday and Sunday, they're going to be absolute super mega videos. Proud of myself for that one. We will be doing a few more of those Victory Bell, Malamar, and Dragonite raids in person and chasing all the regular megas too. Definitely make sure you check out the Kalos Tour stuff from LA as well. That was a good scope and a good preview of what could be coming in your direction this weekend. And I will say, until the next time, peeps, until tomorrow, best of luck and do take care.